Hello my dear learners, welcome to the channel. I am your trainer Namita and today's session is going to be a masterclass for all of you. So all those learners who are with me on this self-learning journey of building fluency in English, this video is going to be really very valuable for all of you. After attending this complete session, you would be able to take your intermediate level English to a slightly advanced one. Now, those of you who want to build your business English, or you're preparing for interviews, or you're appearing for exams like IELTS, this kind of video is going to benefit you the most, because here in this video I'm going to talk about certain expressions which you can use to polish your English skills. So sit down with your notebook and a pen, because this is going to be a very good learning session for all of you. I know right now you feel that building your English is an arduous task. Well, the word of the day is arduous. Yes, arduous is an adjective and it means involving a lot of effort, or when you feel that a task is really hard to accomplish, we use the word arduous. Let me give you an example. Right now you feel that mastering the fluency in English language is an arduous task, but as a trainer, let me tell you that you can simplify it by working on it, by practicing speaking in English persistently and consistently. So sit with your notebook and pen. Of course, you have to note down this word of the day, arduous, as well, and you know that you have to make a sentence and simply write it in the comment section in your notebook also. Now let's start talking about the expressions which we are going to do here today, which will take your English to a next level, to a better level. Now, in many situations, you want to convey that you don't like something. You simply want to say, I don't like it. And that's the easiest and the simplest way, and everybody says it like this. I don't like it. But if you really want to build good quality English skills, then you can substitute your basic I don't like it with expressions like, it's not my cup of tea. It's not my cup of tea. For example, Maya said that cooking food is not her cup of tea, though her family expects her to cook every day, but still she feels that it's not her cup of tea. This is how you can use this expression. The next expression is, it's not my thing. It's not my thing. Like waking up and drinking tea or coffee the first thing in the morning is just not my thing. It's not something I usually do. I drink water instead. That is another way. Next expression is, that's not for me. That's not for me. I would give an example that copying and pasting the content from other people's video is not for me. On this channel, I try to come up with absolutely original content. So you can use it in your way. The next expression is, I'm not a fan. I am not a fan. Well, I am not a fan of dancing. In general, I really don't dance at weddings or other family functions. So what are you not a fan of? You can talk about it. Okay, the next expression is, I'd rather not. I would rather not. How can you use it in a sentence? I'd rather not go for a late night movie. The last time I went for a late night show, I fell asleep. So you can use this expression also when you don't like something. Another way would be, I'm not crazy about that. I'm not crazy about it. You can say it in this way. I am not crazy about getting in a car and driving for hours in the heavy Delhi traffic. So what are you not crazy about? You can tell me in the comment section. So this is how you can express I don't like it in different ways. This is advanced English. This is how we substitute the basic expressions with advanced ones, and you can impress the people in your office, at your workplace, or even in your school, college, using these expressions. Now there are situations which are funny, where you are laughing, it is something where you're having a good time. So we are going to talk about certain expressions for such situations. A very common word, I'm talking about some vocabulary here, is hilarious. You must have heard of it. Hilarious. We call it hilarious. Now, the best example for us Indians would be Kapil Sharma's show is hilarious. It's the best time to sit with the family and have a lot of fun. When we watch his show, it is the time when we are all laughing because it's hilarious. You can use the expression hilarious instead of saying it's funny. The next expression is amusing. Amusing. My friend is very funny, and I find his jokes amusing all the time. And whenever I listen to him talking, I usually break into laughter. So you can use the word amusing. Amusing basically means entertaining. So this is how you can use it for funny situations. The next expression is witty. Now, witty is something we use for funny, but in a very clever and smart way. When it is sounding like something very clever, very smart, then we use the word witty. Like, I love his witty remarks. I'm talking about a friend. I love his witty remarks, but they are not always kind. Sometimes he leaves very harsh comments. So this is how you can use witty also. Another beautiful expression is side splitting. Yes, side splitting. Well, you can use it for something really funny. When you are like completely breaking into laughter, you can use the expression side splitting. Like, these days, laughter challenges are side splitting, and I keep laughing till the end. I love watching these laughter challenges because I find them side splitting. Another expression is it cracks me up. It cracks me up. How do you use it? My friend, the same friend that I was talking about earlier, who's so funny, his jokes really crack me up, and I love spending time with him because I get a good dose of laughter whenever I'm with him. So it cracks me up. His jokes cracks me up when something makes you laugh a lot. Okay, now there are ways, maybe at your workplace, when you have attended a meeting or when you have just had a presentation, you have to say I understand. How will you express it in better ways? I understand. The other ways of saying I understand what the other person wants to convey, you understand it. So the first basic way which you must have heard of is fair enough. You must have heard people saying fair enough. Okay, it's fair enough. That's fair enough. That's acceptable to me. If you are fine with it, whatever you have conveyed is fair enough. Your proposal or your idea is fair enough. So this is how we use fair enough. The second expression is that makes sense. You can say this very easily. That makes sense to me. In this school, the parents are not allowed to go beyond the school gates. Well, I think it makes sense to me. It is, again, you can use fair enough for this. You can use it makes sense to me. So this makes sense to me. Now, the next expression is I get your idea or I get your point. So you can use both. I get your idea or I get your point when you agree with someone, when you understand somebody's point of view. You can say, I get your point about having an online meeting with all the members so that we can talk about starting our new venture with everyone. So I get your point or I get your idea. Okay, another way of saying I understand is I know what you mean. I know what you mean. You can say I know what you mean. Right now, it is very hard to limit the children's screen time these days. So I know what you mean when you say we should not provide children with mobile phones. So you are understanding it, you're agreeing to this person's point. And the simplest way to convey the same thing is I get it. I get it. So, okay, let's give an example for English. Self-talk is the best way to become fluent in English. I get it. Yes, I get it. This is the best way to become fluent in English. So this is how we say that you are understanding something or you're getting an idea of something. So you can say, I get it. Now there can be situations when you have to say that something is interesting. Again, in your office, with your friends, in school, college, or in your regular conversations, you want to tell someone that you're finding it interesting. How will you say that? You can say the best way is, it's fascinating. Fascinating is a word which means something which captures your attention. Fascinating can be used for situations and even people. Like, my father has a very fascinating personality. I really enjoy spending time with him. So you can use fascinating to substitute interesting. Another word for substituting interesting is absorbing. Absorbing. Like, I can say, the new Netflix series that I'm watching is really absorbing. It's a wonderful story about human emotions. So it's really absorbing. This is how you can use absorbing. The next expression is saying it's stimulating. Yes, stimulating. Stimulating means where you're actively involved with something. Though all of them are expressing interesting, but when you're actively involved with something, I would give you an example, and that is going to be example from these sessions only. Namita ma'am's masterclass was very stimulating. I learned a lot of new things from that session. Stimulating? Tell me if you're finding it stimulating. All right, the next expression is intriguing. Intriguing. This new movie looks intriguing to me, so I'm definitely going to watch it. Intriguing. The next way of saying it's interesting is captivating. You can say something, when you find something very attractive, you say captivating. People do have captivating personalities, anything like that. Or we can talk about our beautiful country, that the beauty of the tourist places in India is simply captivating. You go to Agra, you go to Kashmir, you go to South India, everything, even Northeast, it's captivating. And the last expression, the last word would be gripping. Gripping can be used to express when something is interesting. You can say, I found this book that I'm reading these days so gripping that I could not put it down. The new book that I'm reading is so gripping. So this is how you can use interesting. Now there is no point of watching this video and ending it here. Those of you who have not left in between and have come this far, I would simply say note each one of them down and start using it in your own language. And for now, the homework is that use each expression, every vocabulary word that you've learned in this masterclass, and make a sentence out of it. Otherwise, it's all a waste. When you're getting something for free, you don't generally value it. Write it down, jot it down in your notebook where you're keeping record, and simply make sentences and start using it in your conversations. Every time you're talking to somebody, make sure that instead of saying, I don't like it, you can say, it's not my cup of tea. Or every time you want to say it's interesting, you can say it's stimulating. Something like this. All right. And of course, the word of the day was arduous. You're going to leave a comment making a sentence from that one also. I hope this class has helped you step up with your English. I'm going to see you in my next video. Till then, take care of yourself and keep learning English every single day. Bye-bye for now.